Hello everyone, welcome. Today's going to be a short stream. I have a meeting in exactly 1 hour, so I need to make sure that I get this pull request done and finished in that amount of time. And checking audio, looks like everything's working well. I'm trying out that new NVIDIA RTX noise reduction, background noise reduction filter. So if my audio sounds a little funny, please let me know. I don't know. I'm crazy and just turned it on. Didn't even listen to what it sounds like. But I think it'll work okay. So let's hope it does. I started on this, working on this a little last week, I think, or the week before. And I didn't get very far and didn't finish it. And I'm hoping to get farther along. Your mom knows where it is. Sorry. I don't have it. All right. So... sorry, it's asking for ink for the printer. All right, so I'm going to actually switch screens and let's just go right into this because short on time. In the WPF stuff, I was just trying to find my way to where I was thinking. I added platforms, WPF. I added a new extension and I don't think it's included right now. So started working on this one. Oh, it's the font loader. So we need to, I just want to make sure that that is included. Show all files. What would that be under? Should just be under WPF platform, right? Embedded font loader. And it's in there. Okay, we're good. All right. Oh, I need to make sure I disable, let me quit mail. How do I disable notifications? I'm not used to working on my Windows machine. So I know there's got to be a way to turn off notifications on Windows. Or tell them to go to my other screen. All right. Let's do focus assist. Priority only. I think that'll do it. Or only alarms, because I have no alarms. Focus assist, alarms only, except the one telling me to get to my next meeting, which still hopefully that won't happen. We're gonna finish this before then. All right, so on this embedded font stuff, it's gonna be very similar to like the WP or to the other ones we've done with Android and how they work. What happens is we have this embedded font loader, which just goes and makes sure things are copied over. And I don't even know where I got to this thing. We need to just build it and see what happens. And everything blows up as it should. All right. So the code I started on was I copied over, let's disregard you. I copied over some of the code from the Android one because it's similar to how Android works, actually more similar to how Android works than WPF. So I think this might actually be some of the WPF code. And this is Android. And then inside this extensions, this is where the code that I started on that I need to figure out. So we need to do things with these private font collections, and we need to load fonts into them and then pull them out. And right now I was doing them inside this extension, but they actually might need to go to the embedded font loader just so I can get the names out. I have no idea what I'm doing here, so I'm going to be learning with the rest of you. But I know on WPF there's this private font collection which I can load things into. I don't know if I can look it up by file path. Maybe once I've added them, maybe that'll be good enough, but I have no idea. So I started copying over inside the extensions. This is a lot of the stuff from, this is from UWP. So I copied over a lot of the UWP extensions, and it's going to break because it doesn't know how to do any of that. Like typeface, create from file. Can't do that. Oh no, that's Android. That's pure Android stuff right there. All right. So time to start playing with this embedded font loader. I mean, not the embedded font loader. Let's start dealing with one of these font collections. And I have no idea what's in this thing. So let's bring it up. Let's close this. Oh, why does that not have a font folder cache name? This is UWP code. This is Android code. So it's got a combination of the two. Am I even calling that? No, I'm not. Let's just comment that out for right now. Oops. Hotkey. Oh no, I'm using my Mac hotkeys. I'm on a Mac too much. All right, we're gonna close these for right now so we can go full screen on this puppy. My font size big enough? Everyone happy with that? If not, let me know and I will increase it. All right, so this create from file does not exist. Let's comment some of this stuff out for now, and we're just gonna break all fonts. So that's the only thing broken. We're gonna comment all this out for now. And I just wanna play with this, what's it called? Private font collection. Let's just create one here. So we're just gonna say var collection equals new, wrong hotkeys. Sorry, you're gonna see that happen a lot because I've been working on Mac too long and now my hotkeys are all wrong. All right, so collection dot add font file. Now, if we do that, I wonder if once we have something in there, we can also do it from memory. That's interesting. So if we get the font families, there's going to be nothing in here right now. I just want to see IntelliSense. If we can see where it was created from or anything about it. So what I'm worried about is if we load something in from a file, we need to then cache that file name, which should be fine, with that what's in there, what the font family is. So I don't think we want a shared font collection. Maybe we do. So right now, is this used by anything? Okay, it is. So to font family, I'm trying to remember the order in which all this stuff is called. So this is UWP code. In UWP, I had to join everything together, and we don't need to do that here. I think if we had the actual font, we won't need to do all that join stuff. We need to go, let's go to a renderer, and I'm trying to refresh my memory of how this stuff works. It's been a while, so let's go to a label renderer. Label renderer is going to do an update text or font, something with the font. Not peak, I like go to declaration. No, my hotkeys just don't work here. All right, so what it's going to do is it's going to go get the font, and then it's going to apply font. Go to definition. This is going to get font size. This doesn't even use those extensions. So, oh no, this isn't the extension. Apply font. That's a different one though, isn't it? That's the Android. All right, so this is going to apply the font. So right now it just does this thing to look things up. We're going to want to change this so this font family stuff doesn't do this. It's going to call into one of those methods I was just playing with, this. Okay. So what we're going to do here is instead of this, let's comment that out for right now. We will do, actually, let's undo that. We're going to leave that. We will do element dot, I don't know, sorry. Yeah, element dot font family. And then we'll do dot to font family. Actually, since that has that default anyway, we are going to delete everything. We're going to switch to just this. Now our extension method is now in use. And our extension method that we're working on, what it does is it's going to go check and see if we already have something saved. If so, return that font family. And we need to hook into this try get asset stuff out. Is null or white space, get the default. Done. Okay. If not, try and get the font family from our cache. Return that. If not, do all this stuff. But we're going to do things. We don't need this get all font possibilities. That's how UWP had to work, because I had to string all these things together. It was really, really, really weird. I did not like font handling there. So hopefully font handling is a bit better here, especially since we have this cache thing that we can load, or this collection we can load things from. So we're going to do try get from assets. Oops. So we will do var fam equals font equals font family dot. I can't type today, or maybe it's autocomplete. And actually we'll say now inside this O1 or font is so if it's an embedded font, we're not gonna have to do all this stuff. Not to the same extent. So let's go to this. This does all the things to fix the names. We are going to need to do some of this. Okay, font registrar has font. Actually, we might just not do it the way I just did. Sorry. I think we might just go that route. Let's make sure that we are checking. Okay, so this is two different ways. This is the way I did it in Android, and then this is the way I did it in UWP. And I don't know if UWP, I think we're gonna go the Android way. I'm fickle here, sorry. Let's just try this out, see how it works. All right, so we're gonna do a collection. We're going to first do all of this things, right? See if we can find it. Now, if we can, let's do static font family. Let's just put this in here. Return collection dot families. What's in families? Dot name. Let's just see what, nope, that's not what it wants. All right, so collection dot families. All right, this is type of font family. Why can't I return that? Different font families. Okay. So I need to convert that from system.drawing font family to system.media. Of course there's two font families. Why wouldn't there? Can I? All right, well, we're gonna have to Google how to do this. System.drawing font family. Font family to. Figured other people would be asking this. So I can do a new font from that. That's really weird. All right. So they're just doing it from the name? I don't know if it's going to know how to look that up. We're going to try it. All right. So inside this thing, we're going to do, let's bring all of this back. All right, that stays a comment. What we'll do, and then we'll just say create from file. Oops. I could have sworn I copied that, right? But I did not. Actually, I can just delete that. All right. If I spell create right. All right, so we're going to create from file. That's if there's the alias. You always have to do the alias check first. If there is one that matches that alias, it'll work. If not, we don't have to deal. This is the old way that I just deleted, actually. So this is fallback. If we can't do any of this stuff, so if whatever comes from this comes out empty, then we'll do that other one. So we're going to put this here just so we have it. So that's the old school way of doing it, because we still need to support that. Now we can kill that out. All right. We're getting somewhere. We're going to be able to test something and run it soon and hope it works. All right. So in here, we go through each extension, we check if it exists. Then we do the same thing by folders if they don't exist. And we do all this fancy fun stuff. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm not getting notification sounds. What do I have wrong? Sorry, I'm streaming from a different machine today. And my mouse thing crashed. I don't have my alerts up on this machine. Let me bring those up. Oh well. All right, alerts. Problem when I'm in a hurry trying to get through something really quick due to time constraints, I don't do everything right. All right. Move my mouse back to this machine. All right. So instead of doing this load from asset thing, we don't have to quite do that. So right now that one's going through each extension, check if it exists. And then we check folders after that. Let's not do that right now. We've got enough code to test this thing out right now, at least. Because the embedded, oh, I don't even need all the folder stuff. That was different. That was for Android. But we don't need that because we are doing things based off just this stuff here. All right, so let's go check this sample, make sure we've got some stuff set up in it. So control gallery has some fonts and some embedded fonts. Let's see if they work on WPF, which I'm guessing they don't. Uh-oh. Errors. I thought I just fixed all those. Oh, it's building, okay. Those are old errors, I think. Anytime now, build. You can do this. You can do it. What is up with my... Okay, there we go. Okay, 1 second. I'm just loading up one other thing over here. Okay, so let's run this thing now and see how it looks. So I know I have inside of here, there's an embedded fonts. Those fonts are not right. That's good. All right. Why didn't I put breakpoints? What is wrong with me? All right. Let's get some breakpoints in here this time, guys. And right here. All right, so let's go back to it. Why didn't this hit at all? I could have sworn did I not hook? This is hooked up one place. Let's just restart. Restart it all. This is really slow. All right, so let's try this again. Embedded fonts. Why no breakpoints? Let's just put some breakpoints everywhere. Try that again. Got one this time. All right. Right. Here this is like that everywhere. All right, so where was the last place I took that? I could have sworn I did this somewhere. Okay, we're gonna have to change all of these. Nope. Where's that reference? All right. And that should allow me to pass that default in. So now let's go to the text block. We're gonna stop. And right here. Element, font. Okay, so now inside of here, I can do a default of this, since that's the default those ones get. And I can kill that off. And this off. No, that's right. Never mind. I almost kill off my new code. What am I thinking? All right, now our new code should execute. We need to make sure we make that consistent everywhere, how that calls in, but at least we have a use case now. Hey, seeing the checks. Do I provide, so Mac, I don't know if I did the embedded fonts on Mac. I know I did iOS and Android, and I haven't even looked at GTK. I don't know how that works. So something for me to look at for another stream is how to do those. And we should, doing Mac makes sense. That needs done as well. Also, glad you like Xamarin.Forms. Dan, and yes, you can create an app for the App Store. Absolutely, with Xamarin.Forms. Yes. Especially if you're talking about iOS. Yes, that is the main use case. For a Mac. Oh, wait, you're saying App Store. Yeah, like do the Mac app? Absolutely. So there is a Mac front end for Xamarin.Forms. It's not as complete. We are going to be spending some investment time making that better, so it will get better. But yes, absolutely. You can do a Xamarin.Forms Mac app and build a .app, and off it goes to the App Store. Absolutely, you can. Full control. And the nice thing is, if there is a platform we don't support, you actually can add support yourself. I mean, Samsung did it with Tizen. Not asking everyone to go implement their own platform, but you can. So how much code is shared? That's up to you. And it depends on the type of app. When you're doing Xamarin.Forms, you should easily share 80 to 90% of your app. If you're doing, I like to build audio apps a lot and music apps, and audio playback, oddly enough, is different on each platform. So that type of stuff adds in, but like your web calls, your database, your UI using Xamarin.Forms should all be about the same. So it just depends on you and how you need it to be. You have full control. All right. We're getting somewhere. We're hitting our first breakpoint. So font name, that one mono regular, okay? Which we need to clean that thing up. If I remember right, we do support that font is passed in. And okay, so then we're just going to do the regular fonts. Let's see what it does. What's the next font name that we're getting? Foo. Foo should exist in the font register. I know it does. Something's not working right. Let's go look at this. Well, maybe it doesn't right now, but I thought it did. Just sworn I updated it that way. So inside of here, let's find this embedded. I can never find these. There's a search. Okay. Search. Go. Work. Embedded fonts. I want the sample for embedded fonts. That's an Android test. That's all unit tests. I hate this sample because I have the hardest time finding what I want in there. So inside the control gallery, I think it's under gallery pages. Does that make sense? There's an embedded font. Embedded fonts. There we go. All right, let's go look at this and see what it's doing, because this I'm pretty sure works on the other platforms. Quick question. All objects in the native world have a dispose method. So no, there's a garbage collector. You should not be calling dispose in most instances. Dispose is, yeah, not needed most of the time. So you should not have to do that. Okay, so we're going to have to do some stuff in here. So embedded fonts, that is exporting. Let's make sure, let's look at why that is not going. So in our font registrar, that should be working. Let's go to embedded font loader on WPF. Yeah, absolutely. Don't call dispose most of the time. That's not what you should be doing. You can, but yeah. Garbage collectors are great. Embedded font loader. Let's make sure that this thing is actually getting called, because something's not working and I've only got 30 minutes left before my meeting and I want to get this solved. Need embedded fonts in WPF. We're going to get there. Embedded fonts. All right. Okay, so it did not call into that. Did I not register that? I'm trying to remember how those things get registered. I do it on the other platforms. Right, I remember. I have to register that font loader. I'm almost positive I do. Let's go look at iOS. I think I would remember how to do this stuff. I did add support for this in the first place. Just this embedded font. All right, embedded font loader. Let's find all references. That's it. I need that. And I need to add that to WPF, wherever all the other export renderers go in WPF. So let's go to WPF. Do they do this just in the assembly info, properties, assembly info? There we go. Oh, and I did the wrong copy hotkey. All right, now our font loader will get loaded in. Again, guys, I'm dealing with stuff that you normally don't do while building Xamarin.Forms app. I'm actually working on the framework, which makes things way trickier, way more fun, way more weird little things to deal with. All right, so let's go to the fonts. Embedded fonts. Curse this thing. What is it doing? On startup, we should get some fonts popping in here. Why is that not hitting? WPF works with the same registrar, doesn't it? This is weird. All right. Why is it not getting that export fonts? Because those export fonts are in our control gallery. Wait, I still have it up. Export fonts. WPF is not loading things right. No, I didn't want to. If I have to fix how it loads things, that's going to cause lots of issues today. I don't have time to do that. Let's try digging in, see what's up though. Maybe we can get farther. Maybe it'll be an easy thing, but why? That's really odd. Let's clean everything just in case there's something stale. And that's my big issue. So what we can do is we can actually look into, let's close some of this stuff. Don't need all this. Close that. Let's go into find references. Find all references. We should see inside of forms. Okay. I know you're building. You don't have to keep telling me you're building. Stop telling me you're building. You're covering my... This should do it. That's on UAP. Do I have to do that on... Where is this? Okay, never mind. We might have just found it. So inside the WPF forms, I don't remember doing this. Register all. I need to add in export font. Okay. That's pretty good. Can't complain about that. Now we should get fonts registered. It's been so long since I did this initial work on fonts. Coming back and doing it again and remembering how it works. Yeah. Fun. Not like all this is complicated or anything. So I redid my desk setup, so now my desk goes taller so I can actually stand. I redid my key lights so they're really high. I think it's adding a bit of a shine on my forehead, but I don't have to stare at them when I'm looking at my screen. So I think I kind of like it. I think the lighting's okay. I think it works out better. Is my mic audio fine though, guys? Like I said, I'm running the new NVIDIA RTX background noise remover and hoping it sounds okay. All right, yes, fonts. Fonts are coming in. Embedded fonts are being registered. We now have fonts. Beautiful. All right, now we start getting something. And this one's not because I didn't cleanse that name first, so I have to run that through the name cleanser to separate that out. So we're just getting the right piece, so that's something we need to do still. But this one is... Oh, hey, no, that did. Do I use the same one 2 different times? All right, now we're getting into our font loader. We've got it. And it's returning the new one of PT Mono. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm not using that at all yet. All right, our stuff's now hooked up. And we're getting those files out. Now, I don't know if we're actually using that yet. No, we're not. All right, so that's good. So what we need to do now is make sure we use that. So if is embedded font dot success return is embedded font. Oh no, we'll just call this read. That's a better name. Dot. So there's two properties on the typeface. Why typeface? I need to rename that. That's ugly. Go to definition. Rename. Actually, we'll just do. And that's going to break that code we just did. But it's okay. Now it should use this font. Oh, we should cache this stuff too. Right. Hold on. Stop. Oh, I'm not building. I thought I was building. Okay. So what we'll do. We're just going to return and set that cache in the same go, so we don't have to keep calling that. That should work. Let's run this. We can do this. We've still got, oh yeah, we still got 20 minutes to finish this pull request. Should have had a countdown timer. All right, so we've got the font. It's found it. It's loading. Pump that into there. We're now getting out that result. Ah, but it didn't use it. Those fonts look the same. That's not what those look like. All right. Well, that's lame. I think it's because we're loading things into... All right, I'm gonna have to WPF use font from file at runtime. I thought using that collection thing would work. Okay, we might be able to just do that. That would be super easy. But then I still need that weird name. Okay. So if I do alternate files like this, so what if we just do that? Can't hurt. We're gonna try this slightly different. Okay, so let's inside of our embedded font loader. That loads a font. Inside of UWP, I save that to, not you, yeah. I think it's in here. Where'd I do it here? Embedded font loader. So inside of here, I do all this to create a local folder. Give myself a storage folder. I could do that for, and then on Android, I do the same thing. And in Android using the temp folder though, uses inside of its own local app folder. I don't want to just say, hey, load any font from a temp folder, from the general temp folder. That's not smart. Not smart at all. But what we can do is inside of our So let's change where we're saving this to. So let's go to our platforms. We're going to work this a little bit differently than what I was doing. I was hoping we could just use that. We could just use the whatever it was called, that font class I found. The font class will work for us to reload it and get out the right name, which is pretty sweet. So we can get the name, because we're going to need the name. Just trying to think this through. So that'll give us the name. And I wonder if we need to get anything else from it. I don't know. We'll just try it. All right, so we've got that. Let's go into our font loader again, and we're going to change where this thing saves. Embedded font loader. All right, so right now we're doing it into a temp directory, right? Let's not do that. We're going to use the environment dot, what's the get, I can never remember what these are. You can do, there's a user folder. This is it. And then environment.special folder .app data. All right. And then we'll do, oops. All right, so now we'll do, what we'll do here is now path.combine. We'll do app folder and then fonts. So now we have a font folder. Okay. So how did they end up doing this? There's, say, a new font family, and they do it from the URI. Okay, we can try that. All right, so now let's go into our font extensions. This is WPF. So we're loading that font family. Right now we're doing all this other stuff with the custom thing. I think we're gonna keep that because we need to get the data out of that, right? We need to get that data. But now what we can do is do the whole URI from file, right? And doing it in code, URI, I'm still gonna need all those slashes. Okay. So now here we get, where was I? All right, right here, we get the family name, right? Now, instead of that, we need new URI. And this is going to be, do they have like URI.FromFile? No. We have that on iOS, and it's great, because then you don't have to do all this weird stuff. All right, file. And then I need 4 of those, and now I can pass in the path. Let's do this, make sure we're doing this right. Now I might have to escape that. No, I won't have to, because I'm not typing it. And close that. All right. That gives us a new font family thing. Let's see if that works. Oh, wait, no, they're not passing the actual font file name. They need the parent directory. dir equals path.get directory name from file. And we need to pass in the dir here. Oop, clicking. All right, try that. Oh, wrong hotkey. That's why it didn't debug earlier. I was pressing the wrong hotkey. I'm on Windows. I can't use my Mac hotkeys. Killing me. All right, we're down to 19 minutes before my meeting starts. So realistically, I've got about 15 minutes. See if we're there. See how close we are. All right, we're getting out our fonts. It's giving us our app folder. Oh, no, that doesn't give us one for this app. That's not what I want. Local application. No, that goes to the local one, not the... You think it'd give you one for this app? Application data path. I wonder if I have to do... That's for that. But that's going to give me not the path I want. So they're saying, oh, wait, application. Is this? No, excuse me, sorry. Application. No, that's still... What was that namespace that this is under? Let's undo what it did because it offered me. Right. That's my Xamarin.Forms one. I don't want that one. I want system.windows. Okay. That's this one. That'll give me the main window. Do I have like a user data path? No, I'm not getting any of that for... WPF. See if there's something like that. I wonder if everyone's saying just go put it into your own thing. I just don't want to have to look up the app name. I don't want to get temp. Local application data. We're going to try it. I think that is also... We'll try it. See what's coming out of there. All right, so if that's right, we're now gonna have the folder path that we're gonna copy these fonts to. So then we can tell the font family to use that font, and then hopefully we should be good. Go, go, go. Oh, is it not good? I could have sworn I hit build. Just got my 15-minute warning for my meeting. Build faster, computer. Build faster. All right, so... Yeah, I don't want to just store it right there. Okay, so we need to get the WPF. Let's get the folder or the application name. That get us and okay, we can do that. Fine. That's how they're gonna be. We're gonna do it. Or we could do that in the temp folder that way. Maybe we do that in the temp folder that way. All right, we're doing it. So let's go and copy all that. And let's undo this back to our temp. Get temp path, okay? So now we have our temp directory. We are going to combine it with And we're going to go with a path like this. Oops, wrong hotkey. Okay. Do I want the full name, or is there just a, oh well. All right, so let's see how that works. And then we'll have a proper directory to pass it to, because we want these to be unique. We don't want them to be all the same. Like just straight to the app temp, and I don't want to just put them in that folder without the, sort of they never ever get cleared out. Or, all right. Temp directory. Oh, that name is wrong. Yeah, I didn't want the full name. I knew I didn't want full name. Isn't there just name? I just want the first part. I could have sworn there was a name on that. Well, let's call the get name. We're getting there. Hopefully that'll give us a nice path. I could have just done the temp folder for now, but I didn't like that. On Android and iOS, it's no big deal because you're just sandboxed. We're not sandboxed here. Oh, I should do... We're going to put right here. Nice thing in .NET, you can always create a directory over a directory that exists. So we can just call create directory. So that way we'll always have one because we need that font directory. And no big deal calling that multiple times. Because it does nothing if it doesn't exist. All right. Let's click into this. We have a nice little file path now. I like it. Okay, we're gonna remove that breakpoint. Oh, those fonts are the same though. So what's coming out of that thing now? Let's restart that because I want to see what comes out of here. And see if that matches the documentation we were trying to do. Close that one. Oh, they're still doing the full name. Okay, so I might be loading that wrong. Let's stop this. Nope, I thought I copied, but again, my hotkeys are failing me. Wait, it was, that's what I'm looking for. All right, run it again. See if we're get it. Getting fonts to display is so tricky on this stuff. It's never fun. I like Android's the best. I can just say, here's this font file, use it. And it just works. iOS wasn't too bad to do, but the Windows platforms and font handling at runtime has been a nightmare. All right, so we're getting this out. So what else do we get from that? We just get the name. Is that the only property on that thing? Is name. So much data. So nice of them. But at least I can get the name. I couldn't get the name on UWP. All right, so for UWP, I had to do this like crazy thing to get it into an awesome format. It had to be in a really special format before it would load, and I wonder if I need that here. So let's look at the UWP. So inside of here, I had to run everything through this cleanse to do this thing. It had to eventually get the font into this file format, which I wrote extension methods for to deal with. I wonder if that's needed here too. Yeah. This stuff was not fun to do. So I had to normalize stuff and then put it into a specific format to get it to load. Why? I wonder if my file... Let's just debug again. I want to see what's going on in there with this break. Let's put a breakpoint in there. And I want to see what's coming out. We're going to break this into, so var, your, we're going to break this thing way up. URL path. Now I wonder if this goes back to that name can't have spaces in it, like I had to do in that UWP code we were just looking at. Is this the right one? Yeah. In UWP, like I said, I had to go through and... Where was that? In the font file stuff, I had all this, like, get it with spaces, cleanse it so it's got all this stuff out. We're probably having to bring that in. We're not even using this in UWP, and I should be. We're gonna have to bring that in. Oh, come on. I was really hoping we were gonna get this. All right, so let's get a font family, or this, let's ditch what we're doing. Let's get this font file like we're doing here. All right, so we are going to pull out this font file stuff. Where are we? We're in here. So what I do on the other one, I go through, I find all the OTF, TTF stuff. And then I check if it has it, get all the name stuff. I wonder if we can just make this UWP code work. I wonder if it'll work better. Oh, UWP. This one's UWP. Because it has to do all of this stuff for those names, but it needs a different format. I don't know if it'll be quite right. I hate fonts. The more I've worked on this, the more I hate fonts. That looks right. Did I do those the right slashes? Oh. I have the wrong slashes. Oh, it fixed it there though. The URI parsing fixed it. That's nice. His file is true. Got the local path. That looks good. This font. I think I actually need to parse that before I get to this point. I think I'm doing that actually at the wrong time. So at this point, I need to, in here, where do I do embed result? Try get from assets. Go here, go to definition. We first check the alias, then after that, oh, I'm doing the font file from string. Okay. And then from there, I'm doing all this. I do that and then pass in the font file dot. So I'm doing all that right. I'm already using the font file. The question is, I wonder if I need to pass that font file thing into there so I can do any of that formatting stuff like we had to do here. All right, I'm out of time, guys. I'm out of time. I did not get this done in time. All right, thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm gonna have to dig into this a bit later. My meeting started. I'm so close. If any of you guys have thoughts or ideas on how WPF loads these fonts and I'm doing something odd, I really thought I was right based on this documentation. Maybe I tried doing it just without the URI and I just passed that file in like that. You know, I'm going to be 2 minutes late for my meeting. We're going to do it. Shh, don't tell. All right. Let's try it. I have another meeting later. I might come back on after that. Me and all my meetings. I have another meeting, so I might be able to come back on this afternoon and work on it then. We'll see. If I have time, I'll come back later in a couple hours. We've got like 2 different meetings. So maybe after lunch, maybe this afternoon. If not, maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll be back on doing this. I've got to finish this thing this week. It's my goal to get this done this week. Maybe that's passing. Oh, that's not right at all. That's really bad. That's wrong format. But that's not going to work. If that does. Oh, it did work. It worked! With that string formatting, how did that work? All right, got it to work. No complaints. It's working. We have it working. Maybe the system fixes it for me. That's super exciting. I'm gonna run it one more time. I'm glad I stayed, guys. I'm glad I didn't ditch you guys. We fixed it, but now I really do gotta go. I'm late for my meeting. It'll be fine, but run one more time. Work this time. All right. Yeah, it's right. That is cute font. I want to test with some more fonts, but that worked. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm going to get this pull request in today, and I'm out. See ya.